and that's the rock. And he couldn't go through it straightforward either. This is just kind of an explanation of how that works. The Gihon Springs, this is the city of David. The wall of Jerusalem is over here. The city of David, the original city of David, was not within the city walls. And this is the water tunnel, and this is on a rock, and it goes through here. And that's just kind of a broader explanation of, and it emptied into the pool of Siloam, either the one that I just showed you, or the one that we no longer have access to, which is right here. I don't particularly, ma'am.
You don't think they knew where? Did they know that other tunnel was there when they started?
I don't. Historians don't believe so.
Really?
There's some
I was
dispute.
just thinking that could have been the reason why they knew where to go.
There's some dispute about that, but I think it's pretty unlikely. Because by the time of Hezekiah, you're talking about 1,000 years difference. From 1800 or so to 700. You're talking 1,100 years difference. And by the time of Hezekiah, even if there was some knowledge of it, the location of it was probably lost to the ages. And maybe they had an idea that there might be something down there, but they had nowhere to look. Which, just the fact that they even hit it, kind of still blows my mind. I needed to back up. That's okay, because I had gone forward. All right. Bethesda, the pool of Bethesda. Anybody know what Bethesda means? Anytime in Hebrew that you see a word that begins with B-E-T, Bet, it's house. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Bet, house, lamb, bread. The bread of life literally was born in the house of bread. That's what the word Bethlehem means. Bethesda is house of mercy. Whenever you see a church, Bethesda Baptist Church, do we have a Bethesda? We got a Bethsaida primitive. Well,
Bethesda Naval Hospital.
Do we have a Bethesda church?
The orphanage out there.
Yeah,
The orphanage. Mm-hmm.
It's House of Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And how appropriately named is that? This is the gardens outside the pools of Bethesda. This is a phenomenal place. Now, the pool of Siloam was really nothing all that impressive. Bethesda, not so. Mm-hmm. This is looking out into the excavation of the ruins of the bathhouse area around the pools. That's a better view of it. This is probably no less than 10 stories. This is a massive excavation, and there are steps going down, just phenomenal work that went into this. All this is brick. Right over here, let's see. You see where that woman, looks like a lady anyway, is standing? You come down here and you walk and you go there, and there is a very slippery staircase that leads you down, and you descend down, until you get down here. There were only 3 of us that actually went down into this pool. I was one of the 3. I think everybody else, first of all, was just too tired. But we had climbed a lot of steps that day. This was right after we left Hezekiah's tunnel. We had climbed and crawled and climbed, and but I just see it, and so I went on down. But by the time I got back out, I wished I had. It's that deep and it's that steep. That's coins people have thrown. You can't really tell, but this is all water here, and this is archways, and all of this was the pool area. And you don't actually get in the water. You don't get really even close enough to touch the water. Another instance of the minaret, and this is the last day. This is actually in Israel. Look at all the tour buses lined up. This is a church, Muslim minaret. And Hezekiah's tunnel we've already seen. There was something here that I wanted to show you. Yes.
Roman Empire.
Now, if you look over here, there's Jerusalem, right where my pointer is. This is Israel. Okay, Israel's very small. The color's not showing up real well, but if you see this bold line circling all of this, this is the Roman Empire
Continental Europe.
at its largest extent. Okay, everything within that brown bold line. By AD 100, early 100s, that's the Roman Empire. The first century, and the colors don't show very well, but I'm going to try to outline it for you. By the end of the first century, this is where Christianity had spread. Can you believe that?
I thought Genghis Khan took over everything.
Right there. By the end of the second century, Christianity had spread to nearly every reach of the great Roman Empire within 200 years. Can you believe that? That is, to me, a mind-blowing thing to even consider.
That was after Christ was crucified.
Yes.
They're found
After the founding of the New Testament church at the day of Pentecost.
lot.
So really, you would say within about 170 years or so.
Something like that.
They went to work, didn't they?
Well, they went to work, and the Spirit was very much manifest. And brothers and sisters, I'll just tell you frankly, I think part of the blessing of the first and second century church was some of the persecution that she faced. As the church grew, the persecution began to grow. Not so much right at first, but whenever the church really gained a foothold and started spreading, and the powers of the forces that be in the world started feeling threatened. They started coming and putting the screws to Christians, and the more they persecuted them, the more it grew. And I absolutely believe that that is what God used more than anything else. And of course, His providence and His Spirit, and all of that being understood. But I believe that persecution is what God used more than any other singular worldly thing to advance the cause of Christ. It is probably to our detriment that we are as comfortable as we are.
Very much so.
And that really is all I have tonight. It is short. I knew it wouldn't be long tonight. I thought it would last a little longer than this. But if there are questions that you have, I'll be glad to try to answer them.
Can you elaborate on why you think persecution was
Certainly.
played the biggest part?
Yeah.
Are you saying because we're so comfortable now that we don't think about what we could lose?
Saying exactly that.
Oh, I agree with that.
Hold on, let me share something with you, Billy.
I feel like I'm going to lose everything every minute.
When we think of persecution, brothers and sisters, sorry about your eyes.
That's all right, brother.
When we think of persecution, generally speaking, we think of being tied to the stake,